Hi again. Alright. My scripture today is all from Job 1. Job 1 through 3. There once was a man named Job who lived in the land of Uz. He was blameless, a man of complete integrity. He feared God and stayed away from evil. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters. He owned 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 teams of oxen, and 500 female donkeys. He also had many servants. He was, in fact, the richest person in that entire area. Job wasn't necessarily like you and I, per se. He was extremely successful. Not all of us are extremely successful in the way that he is. He was extremely rich. But we will soon find out that, actually, like all of us, he will have trials. Job 6 through 12. One day, members of the heavenly court came to present themselves before the Lord, and the accuser, Satan, came with them. "Where have you come from?" the Lord asked Satan. Satan answered the Lord, "I have been patrolling the earth, watching everything that's going on." Then the Lord asked Satan, "Have you noticed my servant Job? He's the finest man in all the earth. He is blameless, a man of complete integrity. He fears God and stays away from evil." Satan replied to the Lord, "Yes, but Job has good reason to fear God. You have always put a wall of protection around him, and his home, and his property. You have made him prosper in everything that he does. Just look how rich he is. But reach out and take away everything that he has, and he will surely curse you to your face." "All right, you may test him," the Lord said to Satan. "Do whatever you want with everything he possesses, but do not harm him physically." So Satan left the Lord's presence. Have any of you ever felt like this? Everything's going perfectly fine, everything your way, but you have that thought that something bad might happen, that like sixth sense that something is going to happen. Satan is trying to move you away from God, to make it so that you can't grow closer. He's trying. He may not succeed, but he's going to try. Even the brightest light casts the darkest shadows. However, no matter what, God is praising Job. He trusts Job and knows that Job will prevail. God trusts Job so much that he allows Satan to test him. God does that with us all. He allows Satan to test us because he trusts us. Job 13 through 22. One day, when Job's sons and daughters were feasting at the oldest brother's home, a messenger arrived at Job's house with this news. "Your oxen were plowing, with the donkeys feeding beside them. When the Sabeans raided us, they stole all the animals and killed all the farmhands. I am the only one who escaped to tell you." While he was still speaking, another messenger arrived with this news. "The fire of God has fallen from heaven and burned up your sheep and all the shepherds. I am the only one who escaped to tell you." While he was still speaking, a third messenger arrived with this news. 3 bands of Chaldean raiders have stolen your camels and killed your servants. I am the only one who escaped to tell you." And while he was still speaking, another messenger arrived with this news. "Your sons and daughters were feasting in the oldest brother's home. Suddenly, a powerful wind swept in from the wilderness and hit the house on all sides. The house collapsed, and all your children are dead. I'm the only one who escaped to tell you." Job stood up and tore his robe in grief. He then shaved his head and fell to the ground to worship. He said, "I came naked from my mother's womb, and I will be naked when I leave. The Lord gave me what I had, and the Lord has taken it away. Praise the name of the Lord." In all of this, Job did not sin by blaming God. At all of this news, Job does not sin or curse out God. He still has faith in God as much as he did when he had everything that God gave him, that made him successful, that made him prosper. Job even praises God while all of this is happening, all these trials, all this bad news. Job is still faithful in praising God for everything that is happening. Even though the brightest light may cast the darkest shadow, in pure darkness, a small light can be the brightest thing you'll ever see. There will be trials for all of us. But if we succeed in these trials and continue to praise God, we will prosper in today's light. Amen.
Amen.